Hello and welcome to the first London Film Festival review from All High Films. Today we're going to be talking about Spencer, the first one we saw, 8 o'clock this morning. It's now like 12 hours later. It's like we're shattered, but we're here to bring our thoughts of all the films we see at the London Film Festival. So we're going to start off with Spencer. I'm Cameron, and Jordi Steele is going to tell you a little bit about the movie.
Spencer takes place at the Queen's beloved country retreat Sandringham over the Christmas that Princess Diana Spencer decided to divorce Prince Charles.
Yes, she is late.
Your Royal Highness,
Mummy!
family are all gathered in the drawing room. They are waiting.
3 days. That's it.
They're getting quite serious about you. So stand very still and smile a lot. They know everything.
They don't. Mummy, what's happened to make you so sad?
Well, here, in this house, there is no future. Past and the present are the same thing.
A lot of buzz going into this movie. It had a lot of buzz out of Venice, a lot of buzz out of all that places. People seem to really be on board with Princess Diana.
Yes.
And the performance that Kristen Stewart gives.
It is very much, the film is very much pulled along by Kristen Stewart's performance. I feel coming out of it, I had a lot of differing opinions to a lot of other people. It's a really good impression of Princess Diana that Kristen Stewart does, but she does it for almost 2 hours. So it does become every scene is just, I can possibly.
I know exactly what you mean. It starts to grate on you by the end of it. I was starting to feel, and fair play to her. It is quite good, but it feels more like an impression than acting. If that makes sense.
It makes every other performance in the scene very awkward.
Yes,
because she is this character, and they are British actors, so they're not putting on a character very much. She does. Timothy Spall is also in this film, and he is fantastic. He almost steals the show, because his character is so commanding and proper, and he's a force to be reckoned with. To sort out Diana, and he is very good at being sort of commanding and domineering. It is this film is very Yorgos Lanthimos-y. In that. Mostly like the favorite, obviously, because of its location, its score, and
Johnny Greenwood on the score there. Honestly, that's some haunting music going on there. I was really taken aback by a lot of scenes with some of the scoring. It is very Johnny Greenwood. When you realize I didn't realize he'd done it until after the movie when I looked it up, and once you realize it, you go, oh no, that makes sense, because you know what I mean. It's very him, and it's very. You were in the queue, and you made a good point comparing it to like a Yorgos, because it felt like some scenes for some people felt like a horror movie, felt like a kind of tense Yorgos Lanthimos movie. In that respect, and I understand that. Like I was sitting in the movie thinking and then that clicked for me at the very end there. It was just the way the music works, and I think that it works in its favor. I think that's one of the great aspects of this film.
And also the location. They shot on location at Sandringham, it seems. So it's this big sort of, is it a palace grounds?
Sandringham Palace.
Palace, yeah.
Sounds like that.
So it is and there's sort of, it's not really like a fisheye lens, but he does manage to, what is the ratio?
I think it's 1:6. I would be surprised if it isn't.
So it is a boxed.
It's sort of
almost.
boxy. It's not too boxy. It reminds me a lot of Jackie in terms of color grading, in terms of filters, in terms of all that stuff. I think Pablo Larrain really did go. It's like, I think he's going to make one more woman-led sort of historical figure film, and that'll be his trilogy of sort of Diana, Jackie, and I don't even know who you'd go for next. But you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where it's like I can see where you're continuing on. It's a signature style, I guess.
Like the wife of Theodore. There's a wife of another U.S. president.
Washington.
I think during one of the world wars that I'm forgetting the name of. But Claire Mathan did the cinematography. She's done Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Wow. Didn't do Jackie though.
Didn't do Jackie, no. And hasn't done many other films that everyone will be talking about. This film it's not very subtle about the fact that obviously Diana goes on to die not soon after these events.
Yes.
She talks about, obviously there's loads of jokes about the royal family killing her.
Yes.
She talks to ghosts and she feels like a ghost.
She feels like Anne Boleyn. She compares herself to Anne Boleyn a lot.
Yes.
So that's there. It's like, you know, it lacks subtlety, and I think that is one of the downsides. I think I also just think it's quite dull as well in a lot of places. It didn't grasp me as much as I really wanted it to. You know, I didn't feel engaged by it.
No.
And I think it was just a mixture of dullness and Kristen Stewart. I think, and that's a shame because maybe isolated in a more in an ensemble of characters similar to that, I think her performance would have maybe stood out. But because everything around the film felt so proper, it didn't. It fell out of place. So that was a shame. She'll sweep award season though. What are you thinking about for? Like, where does she put now in your rankings of people who will probably win Best Actress?
Because she's probably gonna win.
You
Best
know
Actress.
The Americans love our
Americans
guy.
are gonna love it. It's like The Crown. So
but it's not. You should be very clear of the fact that it's not like The Crown. Really,
is it?
Like,
I've never seen.
So
an
The Crown is
The
more. The Crown is more soap opera than much more soap opera than this.
Okay.
So this is a lot. If someone who liked The Crown was like, I like Princess Diana, I like The Crown. You might not like this movie though.
Right.
Like, it's one of those ones where it's like, it's not. They're not anywhere close in tone whatsoever. They're very different takes on the same subject.
Right.
So comparing it to The Crown, I would not say is a great comparison.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In this film, Prince Philip is played by the same man who has played a vampire in The Strand.
What are you trying to say?
Also a Nazi in Inglourious Bastards.
What are you trying to say? Have you seen Spencer yet? Are you excited to see Spencer? It comes out November 5th in the UK. Not long to go. Are you excited for it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like the page. On Facebook, like the video, blah, blah, blah. Twitter, at Ohio Films, at CamsOG, at Real Jordi Steele. We're at London for the foreseeable future. Might be here forever now at this point.
What?
Yeah, get used to it. Subscribe because we're going to have loads more reviews coming out very shortly. So, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye!